Grand Rising, my beautiful neuromelanated family. How are you today? I pray that you all are well. I'm having a beautiful morning this morning. I am quite blessed. I am out here in nature as always. And I tell you where I always thrive my best. Having a day of rejuvenation. I had a really busy first few days of the week. A lot of things I had to pay attention to. Had a long list of things I had to get completed, and so I'm actually taking a day to kind of rejuvenate, to kind of reset. You know what I mean? Every now and then, I think it's a great idea to do that. It's a part of us keeping our mental health in tune. And so I recommend it. Every so often, we just take a day and just sit back and do whatever relaxes us, and get us reset. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. I don't plan to stay on long. I wanted to take a few minutes and share some information. I want to share my favorite crystals with you this morning. I want to kind of talk about that a little bit, and then give you a book recommendation to help you if you're interested in learning more about crystals, or if you've not been introduced and you're interested in getting to know all about crystals. But before I start on that, I want to remind you guys to continue to do your shadow work. Continue to work on yourselves. Do those things that will allow us to vibrate higher and higher as we continue to ascend. And know that as we vibrate higher, those lower vibrating entities will not be able to thrive off of our energies if we keep ourself vibrating high. So, and that's the only way that they can come in and affect us, is if we are low vibrational. And so we have to continue to work on ourselves. It's a daily job, to continue to keep our spirits up and stay in tune with the universe. So I want to remind you of that. Sometimes we need reminding. I have to sometimes even remind myself. Or I even have mentors, just like some of you, that also help keep me in line. Because none of us have arrived. It's a journey. And so just want to remind you to keep doing the work, to keep, doing the shadow work and all that it entails. We're going to get there. We're going to make it. So I wanted to get that out first. And then I want to go get right into the information I want to share this morning about my favorite crystals. And of course, I have many. I have a very large crystal. I have bowls and bowls of beautiful crystals. I've been collecting now for a while. But I have found Certain crystals resonates with me better than others, and so of course I have chosen my favorites. And so if you're not familiar with crystals, do a little research on them. They are natural minerals, natural stones and quartz, and they come from the earth. And there's so much to learn about them. So start digging in if you're not familiar, and you'll be amazed at the qualities of them and what all that they can do to enhance your life in many, many ways. So the first crystal I want to mention is the lapis lazuli, which is I want to say my favorite. There's a close running between that one and the last one I'm going to mention. But the lapis, it's a blue colored stone. Originates in, it's a very beautiful stone too. And it originates in Chile. You can find them in the U.S. and also in the Middle East and Egypt too. But this stone will enhance in your communication, encourages honesty, speaking one's truth, and it helps with bringing harmony. This is my favorite stone. This one and one other, but this is one of the two of my favorite stone. I have a couple pieces of jewelry also that's made out of lapis lazuli, but it's a beautiful stone, guys. If you're not familiar, get familiar with it. And if you're one that do a lot of speaking, it helps a lot with communication. So, and also with your throat chakra. So get familiar with this lapis. And when I first picked it up a couple of years ago, it just resonated with me. So I fell in love with it immediately. The second stone I want to mention is the labradorite. It's also a beautiful stone. I just have I'm waiting on a spear that's going to be arriving here hopefully soon, that I'm purchasing. But I have a little small piece here, and it has a lot of really beautiful colors. And usually you can't see the colors. They're not as noticeable until you shine it up, and when you see it in the raw, you won't see the definition of colors as well as as you would once it's polished. So, but the labradorite originates in Canada. You can find them in Italy and Scandinavia. They tend to bring out the magical qualities, reduces negativity, detox and addictive substance use, and connection, assists you with connections to higher realms. The labradorite is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crystal. It's just gorgeous. So check it out if you're not familiar with that type of crystal yet. Beautiful, beautiful colors. One of the most popular stones, or crystals actually, and sometimes we say stone crystals interchangeable with some of them, but some of them are actually just stones. But this is your clear quartz crystal. This is probably the most popular crystal out there, along with the amethyst. You can find the clear quartz all over the world, anywhere. They found them everywhere. Very popular crystal. It's the most versatile crystal on the planet, and it amplifies properties on all other crystals. A lot of people use the clear quartz in conjunction with other crystals to get a stronger response. They're good for protection, clarifying thoughts and beliefs, and to balance the body, the mind, and the spirit. Very, very common, very, very important, very strong crystal, the clear quartz. And I have several pieces of clear quartz in all sizes, very popular. I tend to like the raw crystals, guys, much better than I do the polish. For some reason, I just like the raw, authentic, untouched crystals the most. But I do have some polished. The crystal that I'm wearing is an amethyst. It's also a quartz. It is one of the most, one of the second most popular crystals. I knew about an amethyst before I even knew about crystals, understood anything about them. You can find them mostly in Brazil, Germany, Uruguay. It's where they originated, and they're good with intuition and insight. Safe travel. I try to keep one in my purse if I'm not wearing one on my body when I travel. And they're good with creativity and manifestation. So we're all trying to manifest today. So this will be a good crystal to have close to your body, when you're manifesting, when you're speaking and creating. So that's your amethyst. The next crystal is the smoky quartz. This is a raw smoky quartz. Beautiful, beautiful crystal. Look at all the properties in it. It's a gorgeous crystal. When I saw this piece, I just had to have it. It's a magnificent piece. Smoky quartz you can find all over the world. It tends to help with grounding, detoxing, connecting your chakras to balance your energies, It's one of those, clear quartz is the most popular quartz, but smoky quartz is pretty popular as well. But I love this piece, guys. I do. So you may want to do a little more research on the smoky quartz. Beautiful crystal. I want to introduce you to the obsidian for those who are not familiar. Obsidian is a very popular crystal, and you can find obsidian all over the world. And I remember hearing about obsidian years before I even understood what a crystal was, this is a silver obsidian sphere. Very beautiful. If you look really close, I don't know if you can see it here, but you can see the silver throughout the sphere. I don't know if you can see it, but very, very beautiful. Gorgeous crystal. And I have about 3 different obsidians, and the difference is the color inside the crystal. That's a silver one, and here's a gold obsidian, which is also a very beautiful piece. I'm sure you can see the gold better than you did the silver in the sphere. But this is a gold obsidian. And in just a minute, I'll tell you what they are good for. And then the third obsidian that I own is the rainbow obsidian. I'm going to put it up, and hopefully you can see those beautiful colors that I can try to turn a certain way, you might be able to see it better, but it has the rainbow colors inside. The universe and nature is so magnificent, guys. So magnificent. Sometimes I'm admiring my crystal collections, and sometimes I feel emotional because of the power of nature and how the beautiful things that it brings. Just makes me really get emotional. I love Mother Nature. I love nature. I do. And so the very last crystal I want to mention, I just became familiar with this crystal not so long ago. And I have heard about it, but I was never exquisitive enough to really look into it. But it's called the Herkimer crystal. The Herkimer crystal originated in Herkimer County, New York, actually, and that's where they mined in that area, and they get the Herkimer, and it's the closest crystal to a diamond, very similar, but much stronger from what I understand. When I first picked up this Herkimer crystal, and I put it in the palm of my hand and I closed my hand, this crystal actually brought me to tears, guys. It brought me to tears. I could not believe. I just began to feel a strong, I don't know how to describe it, a current. Something undescribable went through my body. And the energy was so strong that it actually made me tear up. It is the most powerful crystal on the planet, I'm told, the Herkimer. They call it the stone of attunement. It's a very strong healing crystal. If you hold it while you're meditating, you will be amazed at what happens to your body. It's a very strong spirit energy. It helps with healing environments. It helps with clearing electromagnetic pollution. It's just a very, very strong crystal. And I noticed a lot of jewelers use the Herkimer to create jewelry, diamond rings and pendants for necklaces. But it's a beautiful stone. You get the opportunity to go out and look for the Herkimer stone, the Herkimer crystal. It's very beautiful, very powerful. It would be a precious stone to add to your collection, I promise you. And when I said my lapis was one of my favorite, combined with one other stone, it was this crystal. It's beautiful, guys. Do some research on this crystal. So I keep some of my crystals in a selenite crystal bowl because it actually recharges your crystals. And so I'll use this bowl to sometimes I'll recharge by the moonlight and sometimes with the sun. But this is a constant recharge when you use the selenite bowl. So and that's another crystal actually. But I wanted to talk about my most favorite crystals that I just went over. Also, I want to introduce you to those who are not familiar yet or just getting familiar. This book is Crystals for Beginners. This is a very good book to purchase if you're just becoming familiar with crystals and you want to learn more. This book entails a lot of information. And it could very well be the one book you may not even need another book. That book may just do you for your crystal discovery and experience. And you can always go online and go in other places and get your information, even within, remember, which is first. But that book is a very good book to start if you're just getting familiar with crystals. It's the guide to get started with the healing power of crystals. So check out that book. Like I say, I always try to use the secondhand bookstore, the resale bookstores, or buy from, our people. I'm a firm believer in supporting my people. first. And if you can't find it in those places, then Amazon usually will have it. As a matter of fact, that's where I purchased that one from, was Amazon. So at last request, that's where I go. But that's that's definitely not my whole collection, because I have tons of crystals, but those are my favorite pieces, with lapis and herkimer being my favorite too. So guys, I just wanted to come on, and I've been intending to talk about crystals for a while now, and maybe on another video I can get a little bit deeper, but I just wanted to introduce that information to you. And if you're already familiar, you can just add it to, whatever else you know, or you could take it as an introduction and then dig further, so you can get familiar with crystals and how powerful, and all of the great things that they can do for you. So I'm gonna sign out, and I want to tell you, I thank you so very much for following me and walking with me on my journey here on my channel. For those of you who take the time on a regular basis, especially to watch me and are receiving anything, receiving something from what I give, I appreciate that so very much. I don't take it light that you take your precious time to come here and listen to me and watch me. I just appreciate that so much. So I'm gonna sign out. I'm going to remind you again to keep vibrating high, keep doing the shadow work, keep meditating, praying, all of those things that you're doing to heal, so that we can revert back to our origination, when we were created, and who we were and who we still are. Just keep doing the work, guys. We are going to get there. Trust me. So thanks again. I love you. I love you. I love you. I tell you that all the time because I mean it. And I'm just going to say assalamu alaikum to you. Namaste. And ashe. Click like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much, my beautiful people. I love you to infinity. Have a great day. Bye-bye.